All right, guys, that was fun playing around with some of those tools with you. I'm glad you know how to do that. We are going to get started on this live lesson that I would like to keep to just 30 minutes at the most, because I know your class period ends at 12:55, so I want to be mindful of the time. If you are unable to use the microphone on your computer, I want you to look up at the top underneath. You see the toolbar across the top, File, Edit, View. Underneath the word Help, you should see a little cell phone, a little phone. You can click on that phone, and it'll tell you how you can log in, how you can call in using your cell phone. So I'll give you a minute to do that while I answer Phanicia's question. Phanicia, you want to do your modules 1 and 2 DBAs? Yeah, if we have time at the end of this, we can do that. Otherwise, let's see, we can do that tomorrow in your class period. Would that work for you if we did it tomorrow? Are you going to be in class tomorrow, Phanicia, at this time? Cool. Okay, great. So I just scheduled you for tomorrow at this time. I will call into your class. Who's your facilitator, Coach Guinea or Ms. Jimenez? Okay, Tabia, we're going to do the assignments for, okay, cool. The assignments for this week, which is 3.04 and 3.05, but I will be happy to help you with 3.02 and 3.03. Just to give you a quick idea, 3.02 is all in English. You're just filling out the work file in that lesson. And then 3.03 is a quiz. You need to watch the video in 3.03, and then you'll answer the questions based on that video. And if you open up the work file in lesson 3.03, it's a script of the video. These are good questions. Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, so it looks like Ms. Jimenez's class is starting to trickle in, so I'm going to keep going, and then they can kind of pick up as we keep going. So like this says, my goal or my hope is that you have your course open, or at least a notebook where you can be writing some of the things down, because we're going to actually do some of your assignments together. And then a microphone would be awesome, so you can hit the talk button and talk to me when you have questions. I'll try to keep my eye on the chat box, but it's definitely best for you to talk to me if you have a question. Again, you can call in clicking on the little phone icon that's underneath the word Help in the top left-hand corner. So this is the little phone icon should be right up here. You can click on Talk if you want to talk to me. We practiced some of these tools. You guys used the smiley face and the green check mark. That was awesome. You can type questions in the chat box, but again, hitting Talk to talk to me is probably the best way. We will also do some writing on the whiteboard. So you'll want to use that text tool where there's an A and then sort of some lines after that. So these are the basic tools that you'll want to know. But I know we did a live lesson last week, so you guys are pretty familiar with these. Module 3, Week 7, the vocabulary that you need to know is in 3.04 for in a hotel and 3.05 for paying the bill. The vocabulary is always listed in the Lección tab of each lesson. And the grammar is always listed in the Estructuras tab of each lesson. We're going to focus on the grammar in 3.04 and 3.05. And again, I'm going to move quickly because I want to be able to get you guys through every assignment that is due this week. So our learning objective is to be able to use the preterite tense correctly. The preterite is just a past tense. You will see it spelled 2 different ways, like this, with an E on the end and sometimes without an E on the end. Both are correct. So our focus question for today is, what is the preterite verb tense and how do we use it? Does anyone know? Has anyone already looked at lessons 3.04 and 3.05? Maybe they have an idea of what the preterite verb tense is. Don't be afraid to pick up the mic. You know, this can be a really broad question. So I want to hear what you guys think the preterite verb tense is and or how do we use it. Is the preterite tense the present tense or the past tense?
Past.
Yay! Nice job, Shaiteria. Am I saying your name right? Shaiteria?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And then, does anybody know one of the forms we might use it in? Like, how do you conjugate an AR verb in the preterite in the yo form? That might be the easiest one. It's from 3.04. Does anyone remember that? What do you put on the end?
Hey, hold on. Oh, you turned it out? Oh, I did it. Hold on, I'm about to, because I had this thing on you. She's saying the past.
Tavia said in AE, one of those letters is right. Which one?
The E.
The E, yeah. That's excellent. Brooke gave me an example. An E with an accent mark. You guys are awesome. So the preterite is the past tense. And for AR verbs in the preterite yo form, we put an E with an accent mark. Yay, you guys are doing an awesome job. All right, so random question. Are you guys dressing up for Halloween?
Oh, yes.
I've got a little bit of both. I know we have some older kids in our neighborhood who just walk around to get candy and they aren't dressed up, and I am not okay with that. If you want my candy, you have to wear a costume. That's you guys, isn't it? You just walk around for candy, no costume, right?
No, I dress up. Oh, dress up too big for that.
What are you going to be?
Miss Incredible. Superwoman. SpongeBob.
That picture down here is actually my daughter 2 years ago. We dressed her up like a mouse and made her wagon into a mouse trap. It was pretty cute.
So pretty.
Oh, she's almost 3 now. Oh, I forgot I wanted to say hi via video. Don't judge me. I don't even think I've like brushed my teeth today. Hi. Good to see you guys. Alright, so no one has told me what they're going to be.
I said
Chucky, that's scary. Anything else? Thanks, Brooke.
Hola.
Hola. Erica, what are you going to be?
This is actually Jalen. I'm going to be Jesus.
You are? Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you do that well. All right, you guys, we're going to keep moving. But I hope you have a fun Halloween. So, again, I want to make sure you guys know where to find everything so that you're not tempted to use online translators, because we definitely don't want that in the course. So in 3.04, if you click on the Lección tab and you scroll to the bottom, that's where you find your vocabulary. So that's the vocabulary that looks like this right here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this at all, because vocabulary is for you to memorize. Make flashcards, make a list, you copy these down in your notebook, whatever you can do that's helpful for you. You will need to know this vocabulary for 3.04 Prueba 1. 3.04 Prueba 1 is just this vocabulary that you learn in 3.04. And then 3.04 estructuras, so remember the vocabulary was here in the Lección tab, the grammar is here in the estructuras tab. You will need to know this grammar for 3.04 Prueba 2. The main thing you're going to want to know is that the yo form for AR verbs, these are just AR verbs, the yo form gets an E with an accent mark. So I know you guys want this to be helpful. We want this to apply directly to one of our lessons. I just want to make sure you know at the bottom of 3.04 Estructuras, there's a part 2. So make sure you look at where they tell you about how CAR, GAR, and ZAR verbs are irregular in the preterite yo form. They give you this mnemonic device. That's a fancy way of saying something that helps you remember it. Crazy gorillas in the zoo. C, G, Z. So remember that the verbs that have a C, G, and Z before the AR, crazy gorillas in the zoo, they all get a weird yo form. And these are examples. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because this is in your lesson for you. So I want you to spend some time on 3.04 Estructuras Part 1 and Part 2. Let's do one of these together, okay? So, Gabriela blank con su amiga. And then I promise right after this we're going to do an assignment together. We want to conjugate the verb hablar according to Gabriela. So, Gabriela, it's telling us here, is an ella. She's a she. In the present tense, it would be Gabriela habla con su amiga, but we want to conjugate it in the preterite. So here's all you have to know. Gabriela is an ella. We take the AR off, and we put an O with an accent mark. She's an ella. We take the AR off, we add an O with an accent mark, and we end up with habló. Gabriela habló, that accent mark is important. I would have them copied and pasted into a Word doc before you take a quiz or an exam. That way you can copy and paste them into your pruebas. Okay, so let's do some of these together. 3.04 asignación. I want your attention, please. This is an assignment. You should be doing this with me. Writing. Look to the person next to you. Are they writing this down? If not, say, you need to write this down right now. Give me a green check if you're writing things down right now. If you're ready to write, give me a green check mark. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. People are listening. I did a live lesson yesterday and people weren't listening and I almost cried. Tavia, I know that I'm going too fast and I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to send you the recording at the end and I'm going to talk you through it tomorrow if you need help with this. But again, I want to make sure that I'm done in the next 15 minutes before your class period ends. But I love you and I will help you with whatever you need help with, okay? I'm writing it down right now. Tavia needs more help. And at the beginning of each assessment, I've also attached a video that is me walking through these lessons with you as well. So 3.04 Asignación tells you that you will need to submit your answers to Section D of Work File B. So all you have to submit for 3.04 Asignación is this part right here. This is Section D of Work File B. Answer the following questions in complete sentences. These are personal questions. Personal, they're asking you these questions. Then attach your answers to the 3.04 Asignación. You can attach a Word doc or you can copy and paste. So number one says, ¿A dónde viajaste tú este verano? ¿A dónde viajaste tú este verano? Somebody please tell me what that means. Chat box, pick up the mic, any word that sounds familiar. What do you know in that question? Oh my goodness, love it. Brooke, high five. Where did you travel to this summer? Someone was picking up the mic? Yeah, so that verb viajar, I'm going to type it in the chat box, equals to travel. Where did you travel this summer? I want you to notice that every verb in this assignment is an AR verb. That means it ends with an AR. So I want to take this verb, which was viajar, in its infinitive form, and I want to conjugate it in the yo form. This is the to form because I'm asking you a question. I want to conjugate it in the yo form. So how am I going to conjugate viajar in the preterite yo form? Anybody know? I take the AR off and I put, I'm going to go back here. What do I put? AR verbs in the yo form. Yeah, E with an accent mark. So an answer here might be yo viaje. I'm going to add my accent mark in just a second. Somebody type in the chat box, where did you go? Where did you travel to? Yo viajé a Indiana, but I don't know if anyone else went to Indiana. I went there because that's where my family lives. Yo viajé a, nobody traveled anywhere this summer, even if it was to just another city. Where did you go this summer? I'm really good at reading. ATL. Jalen went to Atlanta. Yo viajé a Atlanta. How long does that take you? Oh my gosh. Jaquan, that sentence is amazing. How long does it take you guys to get to Atlanta? Yo viajé a Atlanta. So I'm going to put in anything after a. Yo viajé a Nueva York. Yo viajé a Gretna. I didn't even know that was a place. These are sentences. This is an answer to number 1. Number 2, this verb mirar. We're going to conjugate it exactly like we did viajar. Can somebody give me an example, or somebody tell me, what is this question asking you? Sorry, that was my... Ooh, yo viajé a Mexico. That's awesome. Xavier, just take out that A. It's just, take out the second A in viajé. You take the AR off and you put an E with an accent mark. I think you're forgetting to take that A off of the end. So show me your new sentence, Xavier. You're still putting the A in there. Look at the difference. Xavier, you're putting this. It should be this. There we go. Yay! And you would have an E with an accent mark. That's super good. And Brooke even included her accent mark for us. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I have to copy and paste mine, so I'm being lazy and I'm not putting it in there. Brooke said, viajé a la playa. I traveled to the beach. That's perfect. You guys are doing an awesome job. Okay, so what's number 2 asking? ¿Qué programa miraste en la televisión? ¿Qué programa miraste en la televisión? Good job, Jaquan. What program did you watch on TV? You guys are putting awesome answers in the chat box. I'm moving on to number 2, but make sure you have those answers written down. So number 2 says, what program did you watch on TV? So I want to take this verb mirar and conjugate it just like I did viajar. So what's it going to look like? What is mirar going to look like in the preterite yo form? Yeah, miré, exactly. And I won't be lazy here. I'll get my accent mark. Miré, I'm going to say miré Modern Family. So Shaiteria, I don't want you to use be. You have to use, remember I don't, like your whole answer looks like it came from an online translator. You just typed it in and it spit out that. That is not what I want. You have to use the verb from the question in your answer. So you have to use mirar in the preterite yo form. Yeah, Jalen, that's perfect. Miré fútbol americano. I love it. I'm going to put my answer over here. And then we're going to do, so number 3, you're going to do the same way. ¿Qué música escuchaste? What music did you listen to? You're going to conjugate escuchar, just like we have been with these verbs. Number 4, ¿con quién hablaste por teléfono? With whom did you talk on the telephone? We're going to conjugate hablar just like we did these verbs. They're all going to get that E ending with an accent mark. Number 5 is a little bit different. Es un poquito diferente de los otros. ¿Dónde pagaron los viajeros en el hotel? ¿Dónde pagaron los viajeros en el hotel? Where did the travelers pay in the hotel? That's good, Shaiteria. Thank you for using that verb correctly. So does anybody know how we can reword this question to help us form our answer? That's the main thing I want you to know. This one is asking us about the travelers, so we don't have to change the verb, because when we answer, we're going to say the travelers paid at, and then wherever they paid. Oh my gosh, Brooke, amazing. So Brooke took this same verb. So here's what you could do. Remember, we always just want to reword the question. So I'm going to take los viajeros, straight from the question, the travelers, pagaron, they paid, and then she said, la recepción. And again, there should be an accent mark on that O. So you would go back up to your vocab from 3.04, and there is the front desk. You could just say they paid in the hotel. I just want to make sure you know that when a question is asked in the to form, you have to change the verb to the yo form. When a question is asked about something they did, you're going to answer with the verb exactly the same because you're still saying they did it. Where did they pay? They paid at the reception. Yeah, that's good job, Jalen. You did number 3. I love it. If you need to take a picture of this, do, because I'm going to move on to the next slide right now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3.04 discussion voice activity. You can find this in the main menu, go to discussion groups, or again at the top of my announcements page, I put that box that you can click on with all of your voice activities in the same place. So this question says, ¿qué le dices al recepcionista cuando quieres una habitación en el hotel? So 3.04 discussion voice activity. How do you ask for a room in a hotel? It's saying, what do you say to the receptionist when you want a room in the hotel? This is what you need to include, the kind of room you want. So that's down here, vocabulary we can use. And these are the verbs we're going to start with. So this is the verb to want, and this is the verb in the yo form. If I wanted to say I want, it's yo quiero. If I wanted to say I need, it's yo necesito. So I might say, you should be formulating your sentences right now. Yo quiero una, oh gosh, that got really small. No. Una habitación individual. I want a individual room. Or I could say, yo necesito la habitación Oh my gosh, I'm doing such a bad job of making this legible. I apologize. Yo quiero la habitación doble. Maybe my friend is saying with me. Can anybody pick up, Jasmine needs a pencil? Well, Jasmine, if you need a pencil, then I suggest you ask a friend for that. We're asking about how do we ask for a room in Spanish. So can somebody pick up the mic and tell me what they might say? I told you my examples are yo quiero una habitación individual, yo necesito la habitación doble. What might you say? I know you guys can talk. And I'm not going to move on to the next assignment until somebody is brave. So if you want help on 3.05 asignación, I suggest somebody tell me what they might say to 3.04 discussion voice activity. So what I said was, yo quiero una habitación individual, means I want an individual room. Yo necesito la habitación doble, is I need the double room. You can use any of these vocab words to say, yo necesito la habitación con baño privado. Yo quiero la habitación con un balcón. You just need to start with one of these verbs, then say room, and then pick any one of these things after it. Yeah, but Jalen, you need to start with one of those verbs, either quiero or necesito. So whoever is talking as Ms. Jimenez, they keep saying things that they want, like a pencil and pizza. I want you to say what kind of a room you want in the hotel. Yeah, Brooke, that's awesome. After habitación, add the word con, it means with. Yo necesito la habitación con baño privado. Yo necesito la habitación con baño privado. and take out one of those S's in necesito. But I'm not going to move on until somebody picks up the mic to talk. I really want to get to 3.05 with you. Somebody. That's good, Brooke. Yeah, no worries. I knew what you meant. Can anybody talk though? Can anybody say their sentence for me? No takers, huh? Nobody wants me to do 3.05 asignación with you? That's great. Yo necesito la habitación. Yay! Con baño privado. Say that for me, Shakiria. Oh, great job, Brooke. Say con baño privado. Yay! So you guys, that's your whole 3.04 discussion voice activity. So we've done your 3.04 asignación, your 3.04 discussion voice activity. I have told you that your pruebas are, this is what's going to be on prueba 1. This is what's going to be on prueba 2. So prueba 1 is vocab, prueba 2 is grammar. Now, 3.05 is the preterite tense of ER-IR verbs. So this is what you find in your 3.05 estructuras tabs. You're going to take the ER or IR off of the end of your verbs and you're going to add these endings. 3.05 asignación. People are always confused by this. If you click on the Practica tab of lesson 3.05, click on the Practica tab, and you scroll to the bottom, you have to click on where it says graphic organizer. I'm going to say that one more time. 3.05 asignación, you click on the Practica tab, scroll to the bottom, click on graphic organizer. No problem, Jalen. One more time. 3.05 asignación, you click on the Practica tab, scroll to the bottom, and click on the graphic organizer. Once you do that, this is going to open up. At the bottom, there will be a graphic organizer and then that you want to fill out. It's called a travel log. At the bottom, this is the part you're going to turn in. It says, now it's time to put everything together to write about your stay in Mexico. Write a paragraph of at least 10 sentences in Spanish about your stay in the city. And it tells you some more examples here. Use the preterite tense. Use the following questions as a guide. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you have to do 10 sentences, just respond to each of these questions in a simple sentence in Spanish. No online translator necessary. So I'm going to do the first one for you. We kind of already did this in 3.04 asignación. It says, ¿A dónde viajaste? Where did you travel? To where did you travel? And I'm going to say, yo viajé and this is going to be about a place in Mexico that you learned about in this lesson. So I'm going to say, yo viajé a Mexico. I'm going to let you pick the city. Let's actually say like Cancun. And then it says, ¿Con quién viajaste? With whom did you travel? So guess what? I can use that same verb, viajar. Yo viajé. I think I keep making it a different size. There we go. Oh my gosh, I can't make it any bigger. Yo viajé con... Yeah, con mis hermanos. That's excellent. So that's what I'm going to say here. With whom did you travel? And where did you travel to? Oh my gosh, I'm having the hardest time. Sorry. Yay! So then the next one. The next question is, ¿Qué llevaste? What did you take? I might say, llevé mi ropa. I brought my clothing. So just remember that you're conjugating these in the yo form. ¿Qué necesitaste en el hotel? What did you need in the hotel? Yo necesité mi traje de baño. I needed my bathing suit. Or yo necesité agua. I needed water. I mean, keep it simple. If you need to go back to 1.04 where you learned about la ropa, the clothing, do that. ¿Quién subió las maletas? Who took the suitcases up? In this lesson, you learn about the bellhop or the bellboy, how to say that in Spanish. So please answer these questions in simple sentences. They are all asked in the to form except for this one. This verb is going to stay exactly the same because it's asking about a third person. The rest of them, you will answer in the yo form. Put those all together in one paragraph and submit it as your answer. Anybody have any questions about this one? I think your class ends in 3 minutes, right? Tavia, you had some questions for me earlier. Do you want to ask them now? We have a few minutes left. If you guys need to sign out, just let me know. I don't know what it's like there when you need to go. Help me out. Somebody tell me. Do you need to leave? Is anybody still with me? You need to leave? Okay, no problem. I hope this was helpful. Give me a green check if you felt like you learned something or this was helpful to you in any way. All right, I got 1. That makes me happy. 2, yay. Okay, cool. All right, you guys feel free to sign out. I understand you need to go. Thanks for your green check marks, Shatiria, Tavia, Brooke. I appreciate your time. Thanks, Adrienne. Bye.